One of the most important concepts in spreadsheets is columns, rows, and cells. As simple as they may sound, people somehow mistake one for the other and then get to be erroneous, most especially for people that are writing or are planning to sit for related examinations. When you have a workbook launched like this, what you have going on the alphabet side, these are the columns. So if you want to refer to what I have highlighted, you say this is column G, this is column L, this is column P, and you can have as much as column AM. And if we want to go to the last column in Excel, you can just stay on any blank space like this. You press Ctrl forward arrow, and that takes you to the very last cell, very last column that you have, so which is column XFD. In the same vein, we have the numbered side. The numbered side you see here, these are the rows. So when you are on 1, you say I'm on row number 1, row number 10, row number 20, and if you would like to go to the very last row in Excel, you can stay on any blank space as well, and you press Ctrl down arrow, and that takes you to the very last row in Excel, which is row 1,048,576. We know the number of rows we have in Excel, which is 1,048,576. Do we know the number of columns that we have in Excel? Easy to get. We'll use a function to get that, but we are not yet in the module for function, so you don't need to bother about how this works. So I'll just need to do this, pull the number out for you, and this tells us that we have 16,384 columns in Excel. So if you're writing an exam, you are asked how many columns do we have in Excel? It's 16,384. How many rows do we have in Excel? It is 1,048,576. There's the number of rows in Excel, number of columns in Excel. And whenever you have the intersection of a column and a row, an intersection like this is what is called a cell. So a cell is the intersection between a column and a row in Excel. So if you want to refer to this intersection now, you say that you're on G6, so which means column G and row 6. So when somebody tells you that you should go to M15, you know that what they're talking about is the intersection of column M and row 15, which gives you cell M15 like this. So that is the cell. And there is the concept of active cell in Excel. What does active cell means? It just means the cell that you currently have selected. The cell that you currently have selected is the active cell, which is the cell you want to work with at the moment. The active cell is, for this time, is H9. That is my active cell. And sometimes if you want to know the address of your active cell, you probably can get that here in the name box, and this tells us that we are on H9. So if I come here to this is C4, the name box tells us that we are on C4. One thing that we didn't touch on while we're discussing the interface is the formula bar. This is what you see here. Whatever formula you're typing within any cell or the values you put in any cell, you get to see that on the formula bar here. This brings us to the end of module 0, which is discussing the basics. From the next module, we'll start talking about data entry and some other related topics.